If you're anything like me and you are planning on staying home for the summer, you're not going out and getting your hair done and that kind of stuff, I suggest you listen to this. I'm a natural level 7. I get highlights and I also get brassy very easily. So what I do is I always use purple shampoo, some purple product. What it does is it holds my coolness and my highlight. It keeps it toned for months on end. I was due for a haircut or to get my hair highlighted when all this first started. So now I'm like 6 months out from the last time I had my hair done. In the meantime, what I'm doing is I'm using Lange products. I love Lange products. I've been using Lange products since before the virus happened. And what I found is that I absolutely have been relying on this to get me through. This is their Glossy Purple Toning Shampoo. They also have a conditioner. My hair gets really dry from the highlights and from being blonde, and because I have naturally curly hair. I pair it with this Barrage Oil Silk Shampoo called La Main. So sometimes I mix them if I don't need tons of purple. If you need to do it again, you can do it again. You can do it the next night, or the next time you do it, leave it in for 2 minutes. But I don't really leave it in for much longer than that. I leave it in while I'm shaving. This makes my hair feel like silk and it smells amazing. Best bet, if you've never used this before, maybe try and mix a little bit of this with a little bit of this shampoo or whatever shampoo you're going to use and try it and see what happens. You're going to be so happy with the results. It makes my hair white and just leaves this bright, beautiful blonde. A lot of people ask if this stains your hands. It can a little, not much. As much as we're washing our hands, mine's gone by the next day, if not that night. So then I condition as normal. On my ends, I use a little extra, like a mask, just to keep my hair as healthy as possible, keep those ends from splitting, rinse that out. And then when I get out and my hair is wet, like this, I use this Glaze hair lotion. I use a teeny tiny pea-sized amount. I already put it in my hair. And my hair is so soft, I wish you guys could feel it, but it still winds up being manageable. So I put a little bit of this in. So what I'm using to blow dry with is I have Lange's mini blow dryer. It blow dries your hair so fast. Even my Patrick came in and he asked to borrow it one day, and he came back and he was like, holy cow, my hair dried so fast. I'm like, yeah. So I also use their Boar's Head brush. It's a nice big paddle brush. It dries my hair fast. It leaves it silky and soft. When I put my hair up, I twist it, and I always tuck my ends under so that they're not getting any extra heat than they need, because then they just dry out even more. But also, when blow drying your hair, I blow the air like at my root, and I don't bring the heat all the way down to my ends because, again, they will dry naturally. So I dry the underneath, I let my hair down, and now I'm going to take a section up here, and I'm going to wrap those ends under again to keep them protected from the heat while I blow dry. All right, so those 2 bottom sections are done. I take this out, and then I leave the front to do last. I wrap this up, put my ends under again. And I also wanted to tell you guys that I leave this on medium heat, just like warm. It gets a little hot, and I usually do, the fastest setting until I get to my front, and then I turn it down. And sometimes I even cool blast it because, those front pieces are normally the driest. So now I'm bringing down this last front piece, and usually as I start to blow dry it, it naturally parts around here somewhere, so I just kind of let it do that on its own. All right, I'm all dry, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to divide it back into those same sections again for flat ironing. But before I do that, I'm going to put this sorbet in my hair. My hair gets so soft. It's a smoothing balm, and it's going to protect my hair, from the high heat of my flat iron. It has biotin, coconut oil, it conditions, it strengthens, and did I mention that it smells fantastic? Okay, and just like with the Glaze, only a pea-sized amount, just a little tiny bit. I rub it in, and also with the Glaze, don't put it on your roots. I just put it on all the stuff that's highlighted that, the flat iron's going to touch. All right, so I got my flat iron out. Lange makes this Le Rêve. It's titanium. It goes up to like 430 degrees, 450 degrees. I only use it at 390, a little lower heat for my hair. So, and it also shuts off by itself. There have been times when I've left it plugged in and I've walked away and I have forgotten my curling irons in the past, and then you go to pull away and you're like, oh my gosh. It heats up super quickly. I just clicked it on a minute ago. I don't know if you can see this or not. Anyway, it's almost there. And as soon as it hits its top, it does go up to 450 for those of you who can use that. The titanium is better for harder to curl and harder to keep curl in hair. So if you have coarse hair, if you have fine hair, I have fine hair, I find that the ceramic doesn't work for me, but if you have easy hair, buy the ceramics. They're less expensive. But I do find that I love this. I like to curl it before I go to bed normally, sleep on it, and then you get like a beachy wave. But it usually, the curls can last 4 days, sometimes 5 days. Sometimes I just have to touch it up, especially because I sleep on this side and it gets flat. Okay, so when I flat iron, I like to do a little like half curl and I leave my ends straight. But since my ends naturally curl under, I do have to go over my ends a little. So what I do first, I leave these little pieces out. I try not to really touch them because they are more fragile from being around the face and being bleached a lot. So I take just a little section. This is not much at all. I come down, whoops, I come down like this. I turn it once like this. And then I leave about 2 inches of my hair out and I pull down and I get that. Always start curling back at your face, and then you can either curl it all back or you can alternate and do one back and then one forward and then one back, and then start on this side and meet in the back. All right, so I got this whole side done. I decided to curl everything back today. I touched this just a little bit and I'm just gonna let it really cool while I curl this side. I'm not gonna brush through it. I'm not a holder of curls, but you know, I'll just let it cool and set completely before I run my fingers through it. So I finished the bottom, I went up and I did the same, basically the same part that I did when I blew it dry, and I'm gonna do this layer all around. But can we just say, do you see how light and bright all this blonde is? And this especially. And, you know, if you style it the right way, if you put a little half thing up, you know, a little top knot bun, if you curl it in the front, when you curl it, it picks up, light reflects off of it, which makes it look even brighter. So I'd imagine that I could keep on going without getting my hair done for quite some time and be just all right. I'm kind of coming straight out because I want those curls to fall straight down like this. Okay, so right now I'm just taking small sections like this. I'm coming up a little just to flatten it, but I also have naturally curly hair, so I have calyx all through the front. You probably don't need to do this part if you don't have those like I do. And then I'm just taking it and I'm just going to slight, I'm not even spinning this the whole way just to get a little natural curler on my face. What I want to show you is this. Since I'm right-handed and trying to do my left side, I find that when I try to do the regular curls like I did the rest of this, it gets too tight. I go up my part, I do that a little on the roots, and then I put my wand upside down this way, close, drag down at the regular curl, and it does a much looser curl than it would the other way. And really that's it. I mean, my hair is going to fall and do what it wants to do over the next couple of hours. So you just kind of take this, unless you want to leave it piecey like this, that's okay too. I just kind of go in and do this a little. What I want to tell you guys is that I've been using all these Launge products. My hair, before I started using them, smelled burnt after it was highlighted and from using the heat and stuff on it. And since I've been using these products and using these certain products together, that hasn't been happening anymore. So if you go to their site right now, if you sign up with Launge for email text updates, you get a 10% off in your email. But also, they always run sales. So just to recap, I use La Main Barrage Oil Shampoo. This is the silky stuff. I use Glacé Cool Toning Shampoo. This is the purple stuff. You're going to leave in for about a minute to try it. It's going to make your blonde bright like mine. After I wash it, I condition it, I get out, I towel dry it a little, I put some of the glaze, pea-sized amount in my hand, put it through my hair, not my roots, and I blow dry my hair with my mini Launge blow dryer. And then after I've done that, I use the sorbet, the smoothing balm, put that all through my hair, not on my roots, I focus on my ends, I flat iron, La Rev. I'm all done. What I'm gonna do is I have this marula oil. This smells fan-freaking-tastic. It comes out in a mist, but I like to spray it on my hand. I just go like this. I touch all the ends of my hair. It adds a little extra shine and it makes my hair, I smell it all day long when I'm moving around. So if you go to the link in my bio, I have a click in there, a link in there for Launge, and you shop through there. I promise you, you're gonna love them. If you have any questions, feel free to message me, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I do.